Hello, class. How are you today, class? I hope you're feeling good. Okay. Kindly get 1/4 sheet of paper, please. Because we'll be having a short recap regarding about our discussion last chapter 2. Okay. So, same process, class. Kindly submit your answer or submit your 1/4 sheet of paper, the group chat class after our short quiz. Okay, let's start number 1. Okay, please listen carefully because I will dictate the question and the choices only once. Okay, number 1. The owners of the shares of a corporation is called blank. A, incorporators. B, members. C, shareholders. D, none of these. Number 2, the capital of the corporation is called blank. A, share capital. B, retained earnings. C, shares. Letter D, par value. Number 3, it is the biggest and the most complicated form of business organization, and it is organized by at least 5, but not more than 15 persons, and it is called incorporators. A, proprietorship. Letter B, corporation. Letter C, partnership. Letter D, cooperation. Number 4, the form of business organization where capital is owned by 2 or more persons who agreed to divide their income and net loss based on profit and loss ratio. A, sole proprietorship. B, partnership. C, corporation. D, cooperatives. Number 5, the maximum number of years that a corporation may exist. Blank. A, 25 years. B, 50 years. C, 100 years. D, 125 years. Number 6. The shares in profits of a shareholder is called blank. A, dividends. B, par value. C, accumulated profit or loss. D, none of these. Number 7. It is the ability of the enterprise to meet correctly maturing obligation. A, liquidity. B, financial structure. C, flexibility. D, solvency. Number 8. These are resources controlled by the entity as a result of past transactions or events and from which future economic benefits are expected to flow to the entity. A, assets. B, liabilities. C, equity. D, revenue. Number 9. The elements directly related to the measurement of financial position are: the elements directly related to the measurement of financial position are A, assets and liabilities. B, assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses. C, equity, expenses. D, assets, liabilities, and equity. Okay, number 10, the last number. Okay. The accounting period will begin on January 1 and will end on December 31 of the same year. So A, natural business year. B, fiscal year. C, calendar year. D, Chinese New Year. Okay, that's all for our test for our short quiz. So kindly submit your paper, please, in the group chat class. I will not accept late submission of 1/4 sheet of paper. Okay, thank you so much. Hello, class. Let us proceed now for chapter 3 class. Chapter 3, analysis of transactions and the rules of debit and credit. Okay, so let us start for number 1. Test discussion for let us start for the pretest discussion for chapter 3. So number 1, what are the 4 phases of accounting? So highlighted already, class, ang mga answers. So same as pretest chapter 2. Okay, so number 1 is letter B, recording, classifying, summarizing, and interpreting. So from the word recording, class, this is the phase of accounting which involves the routine and mechanical process of writing down the business transactions and events in the books of accounts in a chronological manner, and it is called journalizing. So iba class, I had discussed this during our 5-in-1 class in our modular. So the book of accounts is journalizing. So the other term of journalizing is recording. So next is classifying, class. So the classifying is, this is the phase of accounting which involves sorting or grouping of similar and interrelated transactions and events into their respective kind and classes. This is actually the process of transferring the entries from journal to the ledger, and it is called posting. So from here, class, you need to classify. You need to classify first before you post to the ledger. So you need to classify if it is, for example, the accounts of cash, or if it is accounts receivable or accounts payable. So before you post to the ledger, you need to classify or group first the similar transactions before posting. So next is summarizing. Summarizing, class, this is the phase of accounting which involves the completion of the financial statements and the accounting requirements as well. So this starts from striking of a trial balance and plotting down of adjusting entries in the worksheet and preparations of closing entries, posting to trial balance, and reversing entries. So this is the preparation for kanang trial balance na class. So I hope you remember this during your 5-in-1 class modular. Okay, so next is interpreting. So interpreting, class, it is the phase of accounting which involves the analytical and interpretative work. So it is then that when financial statements are analyzed, interpreted, and are communicated to those interested parties where this could be a great help management as a basis for making sound decisions. So this is the final decision of this is the finalization or analyzation of the accountants class. Okay, so next number class is number 2. How would you define bookkeeping? So letter E, it is the process of recording systematically the business transaction in a chronological manner. So it is systematic because it follows procedures and principles class. It is chronological because the transactions are recorded in order of the date of occurrence. So, muna siya class. So, bookkeeping is chronological ang iyahang pag-record. So, from the very beginning until the end. So excuse me. So, muna siya ang process sa bookkeeping class. So, next is number 3. When did business call accountable? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, all of the above are all accountable. So, I will read the sentences class. So, 1, business activities are accountable when they are called business transactions and events, when they affect the assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. So the business is accountable when it is affected by the assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. So next, accounting elements or accounting values are classified into 2 categories, namely external transactions and internal transactions. So what are the difference between internal and external transactions class? So here, external transactions involves exchanges of economic resources by a business enterprise with another business enterprise. For example, sa itong external transaction class, selling of services, selling of goods or commodities to the customers. So payment of accounts to suppliers. So payment of store or office rent. So muna siya ang involves sa external transaction class. So next is internal transactions. So internal transactions are the transactions or events that happened or take place within the business enterprise only. So within only class. So an internal transaction happens only within, while the external transactions happen outside. Okay, so from the, like for instance, class, internal transaction, so conversion of raw materials into finished products. So unanticipated loss from fire, flood, or any calamities affecting enterprises. So muna siya ang difference between the internal and external transactions. So in other words, class, from the word accountable, accountable is an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility. So you have your responsibility, you have your obligation of that certain problem or certain situation. So like for instance, class, you have you're the pet owner. You have the pet. You own the pet. So you're a owner of the pet. So it is an example of someone who is accountable for the well-being and the behavior of his or her pet. So every man, class, every man is accountable for any conducts or any things that we do. So any positions that we have, Like, for example, if you are a treasurer, so you're accountable of that, of holding that money or holding your finances. So I hope you understand what do you mean, what is the meaning of accountable. So let us proceed to the next number, class. So number 4, what can you say about exchanges of equal monetary values? So 1, 2, 3, 4, letter C. For every value received, another value is given away as an exchange. So for every value, for every things that you receive, class, may mong madawat, every naapoy kapalit nga imong ihatag sa iya, exchange to give away to him or here. Okay? So bali na siya kanana ay exchange between the two person. So next, number 2 is these values are measured in terms of pesos, which are presumed to be equal. So this values class is measured by pesos. So it is need to be equal. So once you give 100,000 pesos, so the things that you receive, or the amount of the amount of the things that you receive is worth of 100,000 pesos too. So next is, if there is value received, we call a debit, and the value parted with, we call a credit. So if the value you receive nga imuhang ang butang nga imong nadawat, that is what we call debit. So ang butang nga imuhang gi-change or imuhang kanang gihatag, that's what we call value parted with, or we call it credit. So number 4, this is the give and take process of accounting as expressed in an equation. So give and take ra ang process, class. Once muhatag ka, na po kay madawat. Okay? So mura rago po ng class giragaluhan ka sa imong birthday. Unja, pag birthday na po kanang ni sa imong pag birthday na po sa imong friend, imo na po siyang giregaluhan. So give and take lang ang process. So next, if the that's the 4 that's the 4 kanana change equal monetary values class. Okay, so let us have a drill so that you can understand further about the debit and credit class. Okay, so let us assume class. If I will give you an eraser, so if I'll give you an eraser, so you will give me a piece of whiteboard pen. So in return of exchange, so tagaan ka na po whiteboard eraser, so tagaan po ko nimo og whiteboard pen. So you can now determine what value received and what value parted with. So if your answer, class, is value received is an eraser, so the value parted with is whiteboard pen. So you answered correctly if you will say debit eraser, and so debit eraser and credit a piece of whiteboard pen. So another example, class. A piece of ball pen and a piece of bond paper or paper. If I'll give you a ball pen, and you will give me a piece of paper. So in return or in exchange of what I give to you. So now, can you determine already the value received and the value parted with? Okay, class? I hope you understood already. So the debit is the ball pen and the credit is a piece of paper. So ang debit nga imuhang nadawa ang the debit is ball pen. The things that you receive nga imong nadawat is ball pen, so debit. So ang imuhang gihatag or imong give value parted with is a piece of paper. So exchange sa imong ball pen, hatag ka og paper. Okay? So that's the scenario or that's the example of debit and credit class. So always remember class always remember that we will consider ourselves as a business person or the owner of the business, so that it is not hard for you to analyze and interpret or anticipate what is the value received and what value parted with. Okay, so let us have this illustration below. Okay, so we will analyze this illustration. So bought a car for cash, 950,000 pesos. So who bought the car? So as what I had said, class, that we all assume that we are the businessman. So we are the owner of the business. So probably the businessman bought a car for cash of 950,000 pesos. So the answer is letter C. Okay, so next is number 6. What is the value received? So you bought a car for cash. So the value that you receive, ikaw man ang nagpalit sa car. So ang imong madawat, and the things that you receive is the car. Okay, so value received, imong madawat kay you as a owner, the owner of the business, you bought a car. So automatically imong madawat is car. Okay, understood? So next, what is the value parted with? So you bought a car so nakadawat ka og car, so unsa may imuhang baylo or imong gihatag sa imong gipalitan para mahimong balance or equal mong duha o amount or quantity or pesos. Okay? So probably or in reality, so cash ang imuhang value parted with, imong gihatag in exchange of your car. So you give 950,000 pesos cash for 950,000 pesos to the supplier. So, mo na siyang cash ang imuhang gi-value parted with. So, mo na imong credit. So, nag-debit ka o value parted with is debit, so cash. So, the value received imong nadawat is debit, which is car. So, the value parted with imuhang gihatag sa imuhang supplier is credit cash. Okay, so what is the peso equivalent of this exchanges class? So, di ba, as what I had said a while ago, that the debit and the credit is always same amount, the same pesos. Okay, so letter B, 950,000 pesos. So, muna siya class, 950,000 pesos ang amount. So, ngayon get changed. So, next, what is the correct entry of the illustration above? So, unsa may correct nga entry? So, letter C, debit value received car of 950,000 pesos. Credit value parted with money cash of 950,000 pesos. So class, always remember that kanang Kuha na ni siyang elaborate further ani sa illustration na ang debit I put value received dash car, but in reality if you answer the transactions, real transactions, do not put value received dash car because that's only a sample class so that you will know what is debit and what should I credit. Okay. So this is just an illustration class. Okay. Let us have another illustration below. So in previous illustration class, we talk about bought or you purchase or nagpalit ka. But now, we will talk about sold or selling. So magbaligya ka. So I will read this illustration class. So we will read together. Sold a house and lot for cash for 1 million pesos. So you as the owner of the business or as you're the owner of that house and lot. So you sold your house and lot for 1 million. So what is the value received? So unsa imong madawat class nga imong gibaligya imong house and lot. So you receive cash. Okay? So you debit cash. Then what is the value parted with? So unsa may imong gihatag sa imong kanang clients or sa imong buyer. So di ba? House and lot. Kay gitagaan man kaniya og cash of 1 million. So imong ihatag niya is house and lot. So the credit is house and lot. Okay, what is the peso equivalent of these exchanges? So it is 1 million pesos. Okay, so always remember that they are the debit and the credit is the same amount. Okay, next, what is the correct entry of the illustration above? So letter D, debit value received of house and lot, and the credit value parted with cash of 1 million. Try to analyze class. So you as an owner nagbaligya kag house and lot. So imuhang madawat is cash. Okay, so cash imuhang ma-value received. So debit cash. So nabali ang the answer is not the one. We will change this. So the value received, okay, ikaw may nagbaligya. So you receive cash. Ikaw may nagbaligya sa house and lot. Ang imong madawat is cash. So ang imuhang ihatag sa imuhang buyer is house and lot. So nabali siya class. House and lot. So kindly correct your pretest chapter 2 class because na-interchange ang atong letter D. Okay, so I hope you can now identify what is debit and credit. What is the value received and value parted with. Okay? Okay, so number 14 class. Which of the following is refers to brief descriptions of items that fall to same kind or class or nature? So, account titles class. So, mo ni siya, this is the brief descriptions of any items na imuhang gustong maibawan. Okay, so you can see in the photocopies of your book class, or you can see the photocopy, or you can see in your books that there are a lot of accounting titles, class. So kindly read those accounting titles, because we will use this in our long problem, or in our further discussions of kanang accounting. So kindly familiarize the accounting titles class, as well as the descriptions of the accounting titles. Okay, so I hope you save the photocopy or pictured pages or photocopies that I posted in the Facebook page of FabM2 class. Okay, so let us proceed to number 15. What are the permanent accounts? So, di ba class, I already discussed this during our pretest discussion of chapter 2. So, the permanent accounts are the assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. So, always remember that. So, and the temporary accounts is the revenue, drawing, and expenses. Because assets, liabilities, and owner's equity class, they are permanent. Whereas the revenue, drawing, and expenses, they are changed or they are changed anytime. They are changing anytime, or they are flexible. Okay. Okay, so next is number 17. What accounting title refers to the site where the building used as office or store is constructed? So it is called land. So without land, we cannot construct our building or our establishment. Okay. So next, what accounting title refers to telephone, light, and water bills, and it is included in gasoline, lubricants, and oil. So it is called utilities expense class. So kindly refer to your book class, because there are a lot of accounting titles stated there. So please read by yourself and understand what you read, so that in the near problem that I will give to you, you can understand, you can analyze well the problem. Okay. So next, how would you describe accounts receivable class? So accounts receivable is the account titles for amounts collectible arising services rendered to a customer or client on credit, or sale of goods to customers on accounts. This constitute an oral or promise to pay by a customer or client. So accounts receivable class, like for instance, kanang your customer wants to render debt or oral promise, a verbal promise to pay. So gusto niya muutang sa imuhang negosyo. So muna siya nga there will be a promise to pay. So ang mong customer, muhatag siya og note nga muutang siya sa imuhang kanang naay mga products. So muna siya ang accounts receivable nga imuhang kolektahon sa imuhang clients. Okay? So which of the following requires payment for more than a year? So notes payable is long-term class. So if it requires more than a year, it is long-term, notes payable long-term. While if it is short-term, below 1 year, so it is called notes payable short term. Okay? So anyway, class, I will discuss this if as we go along our chapter 3. So we will end up here, but I will discuss further this in our next discussion about the transactions of about the transactions. So I will give I will give a problem so that we can practice making transactions with journalizing. Okay, so after that, we will be having posting and so on and so forth. Okay, so again, 2 points each, a total of 40 points. So kindly read this inspirational quotes from God, class. Always remember that God is always be the center of our life. So let us spare our little time to our Lord Jesus Christ so that we will be enlightened always, and God will provide us, and God help us everything we need in this lives. Okay. Kindly read together James 4:10. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and He will exalt you. Okay, that's all for today, class. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you understand and you learned something from my discussions. Thank you so much and God bless. Bye-bye.